guys, it's Rachel with Pretty and Plants, and today I'm going to be talking about 10 reasons why to put your plants in semi-hydro. So I'm just going to be chatting today. I'm not going to be doing instruction, but I want to talk about why to put your plants in semi-hydro. Reason number one is the dirt. And the dirt is actually multifaceted because sometimes when you get your plants home, it's not the right mix for those plants. And I'll give you an example. I have a Sansevieria that is supposed to be watered once a month. And so I thought, I'm not gonna put it in semi-hydro. It's already set, I only have to water it once a month. So I've only watered it once since I've had it. I've had it maybe 6 weeks. And it stays soggy, and it stays soggy, and it stays soggy, and then finally it started molding and mildewing on the top. It has been put in the wrong kind of dirt, and you're real excited about it. You don't want to repot it for the first year. And there's several plants I've had to repot because of the dirt just staying wet. Number one reason is the dirt. Two reason is watering. A lot of plants that I get home that are in dirt, they're wet. They were just like watered at the nursery, and in 3 days I need to water again, and then 3 days I need to water again. So the whole point for me is to enjoy the plant, and if I have to water it too often, then enjoy it. The joy goes away. So when I put it in the semi-hydro, kind of gauge, you know, the size of the roots in the pot, and I end up being able to water it once every week to 2 weeks, and everyone's happy. Number three, repotting. Every plant that you bring home from the nursery will need to be repotted. Everyone has like their magic mix. Every plant requires magic mix. Like I use black gold, and then I add this, and then I add this. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to have a huge bowl of dirt in my kitchen or outside and be repotting, especially if you want a lot of plants. Right now, I think there's 89 in my collection, and the thought of having to repot 89 plants in dirt in the next year to 2 years is just too overwhelming for me. The reason I can have 89 is because I have converted them into semi-hydro, and so repotting is essential. You pull the plant out of the LECA, you put it in a little bit bigger pot of LECA, and in less than 60 seconds to 120 seconds, you've repotted the plant. Downsize. Okay, so any plant that you put into LECA, you take it out of the dirt, you wash the roots, it's a huge process. Believe me, the time that you're going to save by having it in LECA is worth of not having it in dirt. So when you take it out of that pot that it's in and you wash it, sometimes the roots are kind of small. You can downsize, which makes more room. I'm going to show you. These are a couple of pots like hanging on my wall or plants. Those were in a little bit bigger pots, but because I can put them in LECA and the roots like to be kind of, you know, not tight, but you can kind of downsize so you have more room for more plants. The LECA is an expense, okay? When you bring a plant home, it's in dirt, and you are set for the year, supposedly. So if you move it to LECA, now you have to go to IKEA or get online and order the LECA. Once you have LECA, reusable. I boil mine. Anytime a plant kind of starts getting root rot or like any kind of issue, I just boil the LECA, strain it, and toss it back in. It's reusable. You can keep it. If you like have one little plant and you put it in LECA and then you decide I don't want that plant, boil the LECA, drain it, let it sit out in the sun for a few minutes, put it in a ZIPLOC bag, and keep it. You can keep it forever. The other thing that's cool about LECA is some people like to soak the LECA. Let's say you have a plant that's really been dealing with some kind of algae or fungus or issue. You can soak those LECA balls overnight in like a diluted hydrogen peroxide, and now you have a little plant hospital LECA. Some people like to soak it overnight in a solution that has root stimulant. Now when you plant your plant in that root stimulant LECA, some people love that and they feel like it really encourages root growth. So I love that part of SemiHydro is the LECA. You do need to rinse it when you first get it. So rinse, that has a lot of dust on it, rinse it out when you first get it, and then it'll be. Reason number 7, fungus. So my history, I had lots of plants in the house. They got spider mites. I was younger. I didn't know what to do. Freaked out, and my plants started looking bad. Way of the trash can. So fast forward a couple years, I found Miss Orchid Girl on YouTube. Love her. If y'all haven't watched her, just watch her. I really like her. I learned all about using LECA and orchids. I started collecting all these orchids and putting them in LECA. And the dogs that they took some out in the yard. I had new puppies. I'd go on vacation and come back and I'd have several just torn up and mangled in the bushes outside. A little bit of a downer. This is just me personally, my opinion. I was nervous to feed them and to do the pH, so I didn't get flowers very often, and I didn't think they were that great. Okay, just my opinion. Fast forward, I found Tropical Jungle UK, started watching YouTubes again, realized you could put houseplants, tropical houseplants in LECA, and that was it for me. Saw maybe it was Minimalist Callie. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put houseplants in LECA, doing it for it's only been like a month or two. Super, super happy with the results. So happy that I can have 88 houseplants and I'm not stressed out about it. Oh, fungus gnat. I will do anything to not have those. The pots are lighter. If you're dealing with pots filled with dirt in the plant, it's just heavy. It's very large, tall plants, and the LECA is so much lighter than dirt. Ease of root check. Okay, sometimes you look at your plant, know you're not thriving. All you do is just boop, pull the plant out of the LECA and check those roots. At that point, a lot of times I'll pull off any of the dead rotting roots. I'll kind of rinse it off. I'll kind of repot it. Sometimes if you pot it a little bit lower in the LECA, it will do better on the second time. Sometimes it's just like, put me in LECA, but I really don't want water right now, and I'll just take away the nutrient water for a couple of days. This is just when they're getting started. Every once in a while I'll have an issue, but you can just pull it out. And the last reason, number 10, is happy plants. I do have 88 plants now in SemiHydro, and 4 of them that I'm really kind of dealing with. 2 of them are palms. I don't think palms like to be repotted, period. Whole nother story. But regular houseplants, all my philodendrons and string of hearts and string of pearls and all of those things, love it. So those are my 10 reasons for going with LECA, going with water culture for your plants. And I'm so excited for you if you're at the beginning of this journey. I'm kind of at the beginning of this journey, so I'm gonna share with you kind of some of my fails along the way. Video, and like, subscribe, and y'all have a good day. Bye bye.